Sin ultimately is disobedience to the will of God, which he has made known in his word. The thing we refer to as the Bible, I think you have one of those, perhaps. You may find it easy to do things which are pleasing to your senses, but that are contrary to God's will. What I mean is sometimes there are things that you know you shouldn't do, but you can't resist doing it. Actually, you could resist. You just let yourself go. This is what we call the senses, is what's referred to as the flesh in the Bible. In other words, you're letting yourself go by your senses, your sense of pleasure, your sense of satisfaction from some external source. And if you want to know why you're so easily compelled to sin, it's because sin dwells in the flesh. Since sin is in your flesh, you must choose, by exercising your free will desire, to resist the urges that come at you, which are also known as temptations. If you elect to do your own thing in your own way, rather than paying strict obedience to God, then that is seeking the pleasure of sin. Romans 6:12 says, "Let not sin therefore reign in your mortal body, that ye should obey it in the lust thereof." The physical body you were born with inherited the curse of Adam's disobedience, and it is doomed. The body yearns to commit acts of sin because sin reigns in the mortal body. Yet the mind struggles to free itself from this compelling force. Seeking the pleasure of sin is a part of the old man nature, and it will not go away until you die. If you were to be resurrected in the same body, you would continue to sin because that is where sin reigns. That is why we're all going to be resurrected into new bodies. Ever wonder why it is so difficult to quit smoking? It's because of your flesh. Your mortal body is ruling over you against your better judgment, against your spiritual mind. If you want to quit but can't do it, then you're losing the battle. The same is true for all these other little nasty habits: drugs, alcohol, lying, cheating, stealing, illicit sex, and so on. These are all acts of willful disobedience to the mind of Christ, the mind of Christ that is in you. And instead, you persist in yielding to the sovereignty of the sin that's in your flesh. In Psalm 19:12, it says, "Who can understand his errors? Cleanse thou me from secret faults. Keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Then shall I be upright, and I shall be innocent from the great transgression." This is a prayer to God to clean you from those hidden desires of the flesh that cause you to stumble. How can we describe presumptuous sins? They are sins which have dominion over you, and you knowingly plan to give in to their temptations. If God helps you to overcome these presumptuous sins, then you will be innocent of guilt and shame and from the great transgressions of your hidden desires. Have you ever felt guilt or shame for something you did, even if you didn't get caught? Why is that? Because you actually are more concerned about what people think about you than you're concerned about the obedience of the will of God.